Rick, as we head into 2026, how are you helping clients stay invested while still manage the macro risks out there? Because they're rising.
Well, at Pitcairn, managing the emotions of our clients is one of the most important things that we do. And after a year like this, you've got a lot of enthusiasm around AI. Lots of people are asking, are we in a bubble? You have to really work with them. And I think the best plan of action is to really have a diverse portfolio. So many people want to try to time markets, be in them when they're going up, be out of them when they're going down. But we feel like you have a range of assets. So no matter whatever the market does, you have something's working for you at that time.
Let's dig a little bit deeper on that, because the Magnificent Seven and the S&P, which is heavily weighted in the Magnificent Seven, have been doing extremely well. So what are you telling clients who are calling you up and saying, why don't we just chase that?
A couple of things. Number one, even though they're doing well, actually, non-U.S. stocks are doing better this year, right? And earlier, I really thought that I've been touting this to happen so long. I thought that my tombstone would read, died waiting for international stocks to come around, but they're having a great year. We also believe in, small caps, some other areas outside the S&P 500 per se, because really the average stock is doing quite well, not just the Mag 7.
Just to go a little bit further, we've seen valuations really stretched at the top end, especially for the Magnificent Seven. Is this affecting the way you're allocating assets?
To a degree. I mean, I think we're rebalancing. And I think the important thing is if these clients believe that their real protection against a downdraft is a diverse portfolio rather than adroit market timing, they have a much higher probability of success. So we're making sure that as markets go up, we rebalance to that and we keep assets in the segments that'll do well when things start to roll over.
Are you tuning out the political noise? Because the political noise is certainly affecting stocks. We used to get a lot of blame up here on Wall Street, but now everything's coming out of Washington, D.C. that's affecting stocks.
There's no doubt about that. And one of the good things about working at Pitcairn, we deal with some of the largest and most successful families in the country. They have long-term time frames. Their market viewpoint, they come to us sometimes and say 50, 80, 100-year plans they want us to build. And whatever you want to say about politics, I think a market cycle is always longer than a political cycle. And our clients need to bear that in mind, that most of these political issues we can drive through from a market perspective.
Are you changing portfolios at all heading into 2026? Because, once again, stocks have done very, very well. People are adding alternatives to a lot of portfolios now. And we've actually seen yields come down. Whether or not they're going to stay down, we're going to find out. So talk about just how you're looking at the world heading into a new year.
It's tricky. We've certainly had an everything rally. I believe that we're going to continue to be really faced with some macro challenges, both on the fiscal and the monetary side. I think the dollar is going to continue to slide a little bit against a basket of currencies. So I want to make sure that those portfolios are globally positioned. We were talking about that a little bit earlier today to make sure that that goes on. And I also want to make sure that if they're they've been the beneficiaries of this big run, that we take some of that risk back off the table and rebalance. Not go to zero, but just make sure everything's in its appropriate allocation.
And then finally, quick question about gold. We just had a tremendous run over the course of 2025 so far. What are your thoughts on gold? Because there's a lot of gold jewelry that gets passed down in a multi-generational portfolio in estate planning. Should you melt it now? Or should you pass it on to the next generation?
Well, and there's a lot of clients that hold gold and hold it as a strategic asset. I was touting gold on shows like this 2 years ago, and people looked at me like I was crazy. And right now, you look at this market, it's seriously parabolic. I mean, it looks to me like, if you want to say, is there a real overvaluation short-term in markets? It's not in stocks, it's in commodities, and your cab driver is telling you how much gold he has. So I believe in the long-term prospects for gold. I believe the dollars, they're going to continue to print, and gold is going to be a good anti-fiat currency. But in the short term, I'd be a little careful. We've doubled it in basically 6 months' time. I think that it's going to be a while before we double it again.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on and talking about it.
Thanks very much. Take care.